Hello and welcome to this demo of the OS3 platform by REL8. Basically, the OS3 platform is designed to provide publishers with three things. One of those things is header bidding management, right? So the ability to add or subtract demand partners, the ability to modify bids, the ability to pause certain buyers, the ability to duplicate buyers, all of these things that you might want to do day to day in header bidding without having to change any of the code on your page. So one way to think about this is a programmatic ad server, right? An ad server that you use to manage all of the different header bidding buyers on your page. Now, like any good ad server, in addition to providing management, right? So setting people up and taking people down, it also provides analytics. And this is a real-time big data analytics piece of infrastructure where not only are we tracking all of the important header bidding metrics like time to respond, win rate, all the different bidders, how well they're performing, we can also track sub-IDs, right? So if you want to pass us the name of the author of the article, if you want to pass us the traffic source for the article, if you want to pass us the campaign name that brought the user to the page, we can visualize header bidding revenue against any of those parameters in real time. And I'll show you a brief overview of our UI for doing that. And then finally, the third thing that we do is real-time bidding. So in addition to being a header bidding platform and a tool for managing all the different header bidders that you might be working with, this is also a tool for managing real-time bidding integrations like MediaMath or IP on Web, where when traditionally, in order to get that demand, you need to work with ad exchanges. We have now found a way to integrate that demand directly with your ad stack, cutting out the middlemen, giving you more control, and basically creating an exchange for every publisher that we work with. So to start out, I think the most interesting part of our tool, or at least the most fundamental part, is what we call the ad unit. So I'll go in really briefly into one of these ad units and show you what a day in the life is like for someone who traffics within the OS3 portal. Basically, we have some good high-level information here at the top. The name of the unit, HBT1 300 by 250, the minimum bid price. We do support multi-size, so there's multi-sizing built into the UI, where if you want to allow multiple sizes within a certain ad unit, this is absolutely something we can facilitate, as you can see here. In addition to that, we also allow you to give us flags, right? So allows users under the age of 13, requires ads via SSL, and then of course you can tell us what site we're actually on, the page URL, the top level domain, and tags. These are all things that get used in real-time bidding and that we pass to all of the DSPs that we're integrated with. Now kind of the meat and potatoes of the platform is the demand partner configuration screen, where for every header bidding partner we work with, it's as simple as taking a tag out of their system or just a header bidding ID, entering it into our tool, and hitting enable header bidding or disable header bidding. When I click this button, AOL is now live bidding on the BuzzTask HBT1 300 by 250. We can additionally adjust their bid up or down, right, according to whatever we want to modify for them, based on gross or net or based on discrepancies. And this will be the same for every single partner that we work with for this 300 by 250 ad unit in our system. We also support responsive, so if there are some units you only want to serve on certain devices, like desktop or tablet or mobile, you're able to pass those into us. Now, this is a paradigm shift, right? Because this is allowing you to change what partners are being called in your wrapper without touching any of the code on the page in real time. If you're managing lots of sites and managing lots of partners and managing lots of ad units, this is a massive time saver. Now, in addition to our header bidding client-side configuration, we also support server-to-server, where you can see here we have the first price auction. We can pass in multiple sizes for responsive units, prohibited ad types, right, keeping video out, keeping surveys or shaking and flashing ads out, any ad categories, and then finally the demand partners themselves. So in order to send requests to MediaMath, this is as easy as checking off this box. And if I want to add a new deal ID, I enter it in right here if I have a specific deal cut with a buyer in MediaMath. This too is completely unique, right? Because most header bidding systems out there pride themselves on being middlemen. They're sitting between you and all of these buyers who are buying via RTB. We are allowing anybody who uses this tool to connect directly with those buyers server to server, the same way that you would with someone you're buying with client to server. Additionally, right, these don't have to be DSPs. You could connect server to server with PubMatic or with PulsePoint or with Index or with Rubicon. This is both a server-to-server header bidding system and an ad exchange all rolled into one. So this is the most fundamental part of our tool. For every website, you have a number of ad units that you will then group together. And as you can see here, this is what we call our auction screen, where for a given number of ad units, these are all of the ad units that we're going to tie in and we want live on the page. So in order to actually set this up, we'll create each of the ad units, join each of them to the auctions, and then finally edit the configuration here where we can actually control our auction timeout. So if we want the timeout to be, say, 3,000 instead of 1,600, or 500 instead of 3,000, it's something we can set up right here. We can define our breakpoints for responsive, and also if we have Amazon as a bidder, we can enable or disable them here. After we've created our auction, right, which is our group of ad units, we'll come to export auction tag, where we'll actually be able to pull down the actual codes that we need to put on our page. This is single request architecture, which means that this code in the header and then these divs on the page calls every part of our ad stack that we could possibly need. This is going to handle header bidding, it'll handle all the ad units we set up before, and it'll also properly construct the asynchronous request to GPT, making sure that there's always perfect alignment between the header bidding units you want to run on the page and the ad slots that actually get called in GPT. This is actually a significant engineering undertaking, because in order to do asynchronous header bidding properly, which many header bidders do not, but it's the only way to run header bidding on your pages risk-free, you need to make sure that these two pieces of infrastructure are working in lockstep. And through engineering specifically for DFP, we've made sure that that's the case. Now there are a few other convenience tools that I think it's worth showing you, one of which is what we call our reporting adapter screen, where in addition to tracking all of the placement IDs in your tool, we'll also pull down reporting from all of the different partners that you're working with via API and consolidate them for you in an audit reporting screen and finally a screen broken out by ad size. So not only will we automatically ingest all of the reporting from each of these partners for every ad unit you set up in our system, right? You can see Pubmatic, we have the API key, Sovereign, the username and password, OpenX, the consumer key and secret. We'll come into reporting here, and every day we'll automatically ingest the relevant reporting from each of these partners. So if I go back to the 13th, because a lot of these guys report somewhat slowly, and we let it consult the table, you'll see that we've automatically ingested all of this revenue from all of these partners over here. And every day, instead of a reporting team having to go in and pull these numbers down from each system, we handle all of the alignment based on which placements are trafficked within ad units, which ad units in our tool. These are probably the most important settings of our system, right? It consolidates ad operations, it consolidates demand, it consolidates reporting. But the second thing that I do want to show you and is worth looking at in our demo today is our real-time analytics. So you can see here that we can look at the past 10 minutes, past 30 minutes. We can see what our estimated revenue looks like. We can see the bidders that we have, and then we can also see sub-IDs, right? Visualizing the CPM that we're getting on our various campaigns by each of the sub-IDs that might be coming in. This is an unbelievably powerful and flexible tool to be able to visualize this data in real time. It means that we can see which of our campaigns are performing best and which campaigns basically we should be running as a company to keep traffic coming to our site. So that's the tool. I hope you enjoyed the demo. I would say that this is in use across anywhere between 400 million and 1 billion impressions per day. All of that flowing into the analytics, all of that flowing into the 16 data centers that we have around the world. And I think that this should add a lot of value for anybody who is looking to scale up their header bidding and make sure that they own every piece of it, while at the same time not undertake doing all the dev work, right, that might be required, since that's basically a commodity anyway. I hope you enjoyed the demo.